Welcome, one and all.
Oh,
Sorry about that, Phil.
Trying as hard as you can, folks.
I had to do a little
Imitation
MJF.
is the sincerest form of flattery, folks. But welcome, one and all, to the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast. I am the devilishly handsome outlaw himself, your king of extreme, the reigning, defending, 10-time Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast champion, here to talk about AEW Revolution here at the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast. Folks, be sure to like, share, subscribe right here at RWP Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast on YouTube and Spotify. You can find me, Phil KOE, at KOE Nation on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch. And I am joined this evening by my two indomitable broadcast partners. First, to my left here, the one, the only,
Tony fucking G. Like, share, subscribe. Link is down here, folks. Every goddamn thing you would want from the social media, from any of us thrice, right there, Linktree/Big Buckin. And of course, if you want to get intimate with yours truly, Tony the Rock 2.0 on TikTok.
Yes. And also the one, the only, from across the Missouri.
Chicken, you're tied champion. The only thing that keeps Phil from being an undisputed champion tonight. Almost had it. That's why I had to give him the MJF intro tonight and steal his thunder a little bit.
Chicken,
I thought it was quite appropriate.
Worry not. And folks, you're going to have to tune in for the end of this stream to see, because I've got a special surprise. I've got a way that at WrestleMania, because we are now on the road to WrestleMania, that Chicken, even you, will have no choice but to either spin the wheel and make this deal or acknowledge your tribal chief. So
there will be no ties at WrestleMania.
Yes, I'm making
this sounds
sure
like
that at
some
WrestleMania,
chicanery. Stop the steal. # stop the steal. I'm
calling
it. Chicanery's afoot.
Later.
I already know.
If you want to know what the special challenge is, if you want to know what this special stipulation is, if you want to know what the big secret is, folks, you're going to have to wait for the main event just a little longer, folks, because that's what they made you do for this main event all night.
Jesus,
wait
that ain't
a
no
little
shit.
longer. So, Tony, Chicken, I'm going to let you guys take it from here because I had my little one, so I was in and out throughout the night, so I saw about half the matches because, talking life and truth with the little one, you got a chance to shape young minds and such, take your opportunities when you can. But I'm going to hand this off to you, Tony, and you, Chicken, for this amazing analysis of this amazing pay-per-view.
So we had a very long fucking evening reviewing the full show, and I do mean the full show, AEW Revolution 2022. And folks, if it sounds like my voice is fucking destroyed, that's because it is. So if at any point I have to mute myself to go cough off camera, don't be shocked. They'll fill in. It'll be fine.
There was a few times Tony in the middle of this was just like, ah! Like he just like his voice is just
No, that was just him watching some of the matches.
Well,
that's what I meant.
It was both. It was both, really. I've been dealing with a bit of a throat thing going on for 10 days now, and I'm still here, still chugging along.
It was the end of the Bryan Danielson. You just kept screaming yes so many times at the end of that match. That's where you lost your voice.
I was just so excited for that John Moxley cat. All right, so here we are. It is AEW Revolution 2022, and we're gonna sell the pony. We're gonna let the cat out of the bag right here, right now. We're gonna get this out of the way real quick before we get into the results. The one, the only, Phil KOE did end up retaining. He's over here. There he is.
Wow. It's pretty rare, folks. I don't retain very often.
Yeah, usually he drops the belt immediately. So, congratulations, Phil.
He retains with a tie.
It actually was pretty good.
I do go into WrestleMania as the champion, but we will get into that a little later, folks.
# throat goat. Fucking right. Okay.
Love it.
So, yes, congratulations, Phil. You did retain by the skin of your teeth. Congratulations.
Congrats.
The Booker of the Year, cough, cough, strikes again for yours truly. So, without further ado, we're going to start off.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Without further ado.
Damn it. I meant Tony Khan.
Yeah, well, hey, either way. We started things off tonight with the buy-in. This thing started at 6 p.m. Central. It's now 11 o'clock at night, folks. This thing went for 5 fucking hours. So we had an hour pre-show and a 4-hour pay-per-view. Holy shit.
Can I jump in? Like,
please.
And it's not like there was a lot of shit in between. There really wasn't. There wasn't a lot of promo work. There wasn't a lot of like silly videos. There wasn't a whole lot. There was a couple of times fucking what's his name came out and like we announced the signing of a new wrestler.
Oh yeah, Swerve.
Yeah,
it's great.
Great.
We need
but it was like
up for that.
Other than that, there was not many interruptions. It was just like match, replay a little bit. Hey, here's the next match coming up. Here's a quick story, like 10 seconds of what you're about to see, and boom, entrances. Like they didn't fuck around. That was
12
good.
matches over 5 hours. Now, granted, they had 3 on the pre-show, so 3 in the first hour and 9 on the actual main show. So I'll give them this. They're giving you your money's worth for $50, but they could have knocked 4 fucking matches out easily. 1 off the pre-show, and 2 to 3 off the main show, and nobody would complain. Sometimes less is more.
We'll get to that. Yeah,
less is more. So let's start this out with the pre-show because we actually did watch it. The first match we started off with was, believe it or not, Chris Statlander and Layla Hirsch, and holy shit. If lightning doesn't strike twice, it strikes about a dozen fucking times, because guess what? These chicks were not in sync. This was not
at all.
This was not good. This was not good. I'm sorry. They did not have a rhythm. They did not have a chemistry, and it was just, there was a couple of times where both of these gals could have walked out this match paralyzed. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. Several missed spots, off step several times. Timing was off by at least a couple seconds most of the damn match. And yeah, I think we did better performances in your backyard, Tony.
Yeah, it's sad. And we all had Statlander to win this thing because this was to elevate Statlander. Phil, you said sadly it should be Statlander, but it should be Hirsch, but it won't be.
Yeah, that's what I figured, is like, oh god, it needs to be Hirsch, but well, hello, how we doing?
But no, in a swerve, they give the win to Layla Hirsch. She gets the chicanery win, but she does get the win nonetheless. So good for her, I guess. I don't know. I was not blown away by this. They were out of sync. This was not good. I was very disappointed. 1.5 stars.
I gave it 2 stars. I mean, there was like 1 or 2 good spots. And the surprise that Hirsch won was
okay. I mean, I'll give you that.
Like, nobody thought Hirsch was going to win it. Everybody thought Statlander was. It was was barely a serviceable match.
You're right. You know what? I'll go 1.75 just because Hirsch should have won and she did. So I'll give you that.
Now this is the moment where I do the "Oh brother, where art thou?" Well, I'm with you, fellers.
Yeah. Moving right along, a match that I actually wanted to see on the pre-show: Hook and QT Marshall. Now, look, I'll be frank, I have not actually gotten to watch a Hook match live or actually when it aired, because I don't watch Rampage very often. I watch the highlights. That's fucking it. Guess what? This was fucking fantastic. I loved this match. Hook is he's beautiful. This guy comes out. You can tell he's a baby face, young fucking dude, but has all the raw talent in the world, has been trained perfectly, has a lineage, and you put him in there with the right people, and he's going to make magic happen. And that's exactly what you had here. QT's never going to be a main eventer. Hell, he's never going to be a mid-carder. Let's be frank. But you put him in here with a guy like this.
QT Marshall?
Yeah, QT Marshall, guess what? He was perfect in this role. He put Hook over tenfold. This was perfect.
He's great for that. And yeah, Hook is one of those great properties. Like when you watch his debut match, the minute you see him, you're just like, okay, this kid's special. This kid's got something. And like, I'm no judge of male beauty. I have no way of really telling like what's handsome, what's not. And so I just asked some of the women in my life, is this a handsome person? And they're like, yes, that's a
Yeah, he's a
very
good-looking
handsome
dude.
person. And so yeah, he's like, if you just look up Hook wrestler, Taz's
Yeah.
son, and yeah, he's got the look. He's got a great physique for his size. He doesn't have too much
He's
muscle
got the
packed
same
on, but he's
demeanor
got
as one of
perfect
the.
muscle.
He's got the same demeanor as one of the Paul brothers right now. He's wearing the same ring gear, but he's probably 10 years younger, and he's got that youthful edge to him. He looks great, but he's got his father's same intensity, and it works. I love it. I love everything about Hook right now, and he's got the crowd eating out of the palm of his hand. Do everything you can with Hook. I love this match. QT is whatever. QT's QT. This was a 3-star match. Hook gets the fucking rear naked, gets the win as it should have been. This was perfect.
Because it was the pre-show, I gave it a 3.25 because
There you go.
honestly, maybe it was in comparison to the prior match that I was like, oh,
True.
okay, wow,
True.
like you kind of saved the pre-show here.
The bar was low.
Yeah, the bar was low, so maybe that's why I gave it a 3.25. But yeah, it was pretty good.
No, I loved it. Hook is doing nothing but great stuff. So I hope they temper their expectations here. Ride this out slowly. Do not rush to the finish like they typically do in AEW.
Yeah.
So rounding out the pre-show, the buy-in was one of the worst things I've ever seen. The fucking House of Black versus Jesus Christ, the Death Triangle, but not the Death Triangle with Eric
Hey, Phil.
Redbeard.
Phil, tag me.
Tag.
Okay, Phil's in.
Shit.
Is he? Is he?
Yep, Phil's in.
Are you sure?
Yep.
No,
Well, anyway, I'm gonna
go.
It doesn't matter that Phil's legal. Let's talk.
I'm gonna go now because now I'm the legal man.
Yeah, so you just go and disappear.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay out for a couple minutes. I'm gonna make sure I ain't got no hangnails or nothing.
Nobody,
disaster.
including the people participating in this match, knew what the fuck was going on.
No, this was a shit show. This sucked. I'm sorry. I
saw the ref. I saw the ref. Like he went to go do a pin. He was like, "No, you're not the legal man." I'm like, "Well, who is?" Like
nobody knew. It was just.
That's the first time I'm like, "Oh, they actually said you're not the legal man."
Yeah.
Oh my god! And then it wasn't even 10 minutes later. It was like 3 minutes later. He goes to pin somebody that's not the legal man, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
And
like,
you couldn't tell if it was a work or if they literally just didn't fucking know.
No, nobody knew. Nobody
It was
knew.
so
It was
bad.
so bad.
I love Black. I love Murphy. Pac is amazing, but
Pac was awesome in this. He out of all of them, I thought he had some of the best spots, probably most underrated in this match because
he's so good.
Like
One-on-one.
the few he
Pac's
had
always
were
great.
fantastic.
One-on-one.
Yeah.
This was bad though.
He's been in some good
my
tag
thing
matches.
is, we're looking at this match, and the whole thing I'm thinking is this is the third match on the pre-show. They've been going for 8 minutes. This is a 6-man tag, and you had 4 guys slide in the ring and meet in the middle of the ring like they'd been battling in a one-on-one Iron Man match. And I'm like, motherfuckers, cumulatively.
Okay, now I'm back in the match. I just tagged out, but now I'm back in the match.
Yeah,
I'm doing
cumulatively, these guys had maybe 10 minutes of in-ring action, and they're acting like they're exhausted, like it's Brett Shawn Iron Man.
I see Tony's hand right there. I just tagged myself in. Yeah, there was a lot of that.
Are you legal?
Apparently, I think I know it's me and Phil now. Shut up, Tony.
Oh,
I tagged
you're
Phil.
Legal. Get out of the
tagged
ring.
Phil in, and then I tagged myself in after hitting you.
Oh, God,
Makes sense.
This is like one of those WWE 4-way tag matches.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. No.
Dalton loves Black too. That's true. He does.
He does.
Malachi Black, one of your favorite wrestlers. I'm sure that's what you meant.
I agree. 275. There was good spots. There were some good spots and some cool shit.
I love half
we
the
knew
guys
this
in
was going to suck, so I had low expectations.
I did too. I love Black. I love Murphy. I love Pac. The former Rowan. I like him. It just it's too busy. It's too much. They tried to do way too much. It just did not work. And I'm glad this was on the pre-show. I only gave it 2, honestly.
Okay.
All right. Well, Tony, not a fan.
I was highly disappointed in their match in Dynamite, and this was more of the same. So it is what it is. So finally, we are now on the actual show, Revolution AEW 2022. What did we open with? Chris fucking Jericho, Eddie fucking Kingston. Holy shit. Let's talk about this quick. Dalton Carter, wait, black dude with red no, actually, this is a pasty white bald dude with red hair.
Yes.
Totally different. And the Freak. Hey, yeah, KOE.
How we doing there, DeFreak? Welcome, welcome. We are covering AEW Revolution, and worry not, your King of Extreme has retained the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast Championship. Acknowledge your tribal chief. Yes, I have retained. Do not worry, KOE Nation.
It's disputed.
The belt's coming home.
It's under dispute.
Oh, well, you better get Robert Mueller right on it.
Fourth match, the first match of the actual pay-per-view for $50, those of you that paid, which we all did, obviously. Eddie Kingston, Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho coming in looking the best he's looked in probably 2 years, let's be frank. Kingston looking about the same that he's always looked.
Like physically or?
Yes, I'm talking physically.
I did see some of this match, and yeah, Jericho actually did look like he was taking it seriously, and
he was moving better. I agree. Yeah.
He hit the fucking lion salt. He literally hit the lion salt.
Kingston was moving better than I expected him to. So, I mean, I'll give yes, that belt is king, the belt, and it has actually appeared at the Royal Rumble, so it's part of WWE canon now. And I actually bragged about that when I was on the Danabo Hippy Dippy recruitment stream, and even the current Hippy Dippy champion, CTV, was impressed by the fact, like, oh shit, you got it on WWE. Okay.
We'll have to pull that still frame up.
Yes, you'll have to pull that up when you get a chance to. But yes, folks, this belt is king on your king.
It was in Houston, 2020, Raw Rumble. Yours truly, and Phil KOE.
Yes. One of the last times I was champion, actually. I had a brief moment in 2021, and that was it.
One of those hiccups.
Yeah, a little hiccup. And so, this is like the first time in 2 years I've retained
every time Phil wins the belt, something bad happens.
The world goes to shit.
Buckle up, folks. He retained it. That means bad shit's going to continue.
Hey, did you like the pandemic? Hope you like World War III.
Oh, that's coming. Yeah, World War III. Oh, we're already there, guys. Don't worry about that. But
it's just about to get worse, is all.
You go to Big Bucking Empire on YouTube.
You want to talk about World War III? The link is right down here.
Yes, we got plenty on World War III. So, yes, folks, this is
here comes. There's your link scrolling
right
across.
Here.
Yes.
So, okay,
Big
Kingston Jericho.
Empire.
Look, I'll be frank. This one, I did not expect them to open the show with this, but I can see why they did. And there was no chicanery here. This was one-on-one. Nobody from the inner circle showed up. Santana and Ortiz didn't get involved. This was one-on-one, and I'm glad it was. But it was hard-hitting, but this was not like a right your mama home about type match. This was the Kingston match. This was the Jericho typical AEW match that he's not involved in the main event. There was nothing spectacular here, but he did hit this insult.
This was getting a third-rate wrestler over for no goddamn reason.
But enough about Eddie Kingston.
I said it before. Look, that's
exactly what I'm talking about. It's like there's nothing,
and it's exactly what I told you.
There's nothing that's going to come from this.
Chicken, you picked Jericho, and I told you flat out, look, they've got to give Kingston a win eventually. And Jericho said, look, I'm the big fish. You've got to beat me. He gave him the win. He was gracious enough to do that. He's going to go away for probably.
But the ending was so bad. The way that ended.
Bad. Go ahead.
He gets him. What's the move called? Like it's the stupidest goddamn thing I seen. He's pretty much flailing his fucking arms in the opposite directions. Like it's a submission and he gets him to
Well,
tap. Like
yeah, Kingston and
just
Jericho have both resorted to doing like an elbow or a forearm as their finisher, and it's not great, and it's so lackluster.
no, it was a submission though. He remember he was
Yeah, but that's
yanking
what
his
dropped
fucking
him.
but the yanking of the arm thing, like
He pulled it. Well, he'd hurt.
We'll
Jericho's
get to that in a
neck.
second, the freak.
He hurt Jericho's neck, and then he pulled Jericho's arm back 3 times, and Jericho tapped. It was a very
it was awful.
very lackluster finish.
And
Jericho
then the whole thing was supposed to give him respect, and Jericho still didn't shake his hand. So like
Yeah.
he got him over in a match, but Jericho somehow gets this save face for not shaking his hand. I'm like, this is so stupid. The whole thing was stupid. It was a waste of time.
It didn't do it for me. I gave it 2.5. It was not.
I gave it 2.
That's fair.
Well, I'm with you, fellers, but if I may, DeFreak said, what do you mean by over? Now, for those who don't know, that's wrestling inside talk for they're gonna, when you put somebody over, that means that you're doing them the favor, you're trying to make them look better, more presentable to the audience, or you're putting their move over, you're giving them the win. These are different ways. Like a good example, like when I'm on panels, you'll notice I very rarely put people over. Okay, I very rarely
never happens.
Yeah, it has, like, I'll put an advertiser over. Like on the last panel I was on, there was some sort of CBD gummy that was a shell shock CBD. So I put them over. But yeah, that's what I mean. Like, are you going to make them look good? Are you going to give them the proper presentation to the audience? So when Chicken's saying, did he put him over? That means Eddie Kingston's supposed to look better to the audience going forward. And that's what we mean by putting him over, because that applies just as much to pro wrestling as it does to stage, as it does to movies, as to
most things you watch on Twitch.
Yes. It's
exactly.
It's a good way.
Increased status. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Eddie Kingston, the guy that we're talking about, has eaten a lot of pins. He's lost a lot of matches. He's lost a lot of shine. He's not exactly a hot commodity. So he needed a win to get back in the limelight. And he got that tonight by beating a guy who legitimately has been a big name for the last 20 to 30 years. That's what happened tonight. Did it work here? I mean, that's debatable. It was the fucking curtain jerker, is what it is. Was not an amazing match. You gave it 2, Chicken. I gave it 2.5. Was not the classic 3-star match from a Chris Jericho that you want. Garbage. He did hit the lion salt. I'll give him that.
Okay, yeah, couple of cool spots. Lion salt.
Yep.
I was like, oh, he's trying the lion tamer. This is so gonna work.
Yeah.
To me, I think that really shouldn't be a high spot for a Jericho match. Like if he actually hits a lion salt, that should probably just be the finish.
How about that? He did the suplex off of the side of the ropes out into the stage safely and made it look okay. Especially for a guy his age. Not a lot of guys his age are gonna do something that risky, and he performed it perfectly. Like there was some good stuff in that match.
Yeah.
I just hate the match because I picked Jericho to win, and that cost me the title. So
it did.
It happens. Now I will say, Jericho, please stop doing the lion salt. Like I love the fact you do it,
it's time.
I'm sorry, I'm still haunted by Hayabusa. Okay, like that's still
God.
Like
so
I can't.
Many.
The freak. I'm glad somebody appreciates me being here.
So many Hayabusa nightmare fucking scenarios happened on Revolution tonight. Like, yeah, the first one, honestly to God, was with Hirsch and Statlander. The second one was with Kingston Jericho. But yeah, we're gonna get there. So many people should have been crippled tonight. So we're gonna move on from Kingston Jericho. And we're going to move on
to the next into the infinity bottle.
Nice.
Oh, baby. You bad bitch. I love it. I love it. All right. We're moving on to the next match. This was a... God damn it. This pisses me off. All right, look. It's a triple threat tag team match. 3 tag teams. Only two people in the ring. It's so fucking stupid. If you're going to do a triple threat tag team match, 3 people should be in the ring.
Yes.
I digress. Red Dragon, which is Fish and
So
O'Reilly.
they only did 2 at a time.
And
We
it
got to
fucked
explain
me.
what happened.
And it fucked me.
So
Fish and O'Reilly.
You get
the
3
Young Bucks,
teams
and
on the outside of the
Lucha
ropes, and
Express.
only one or only 2 people from 2 of the teams get to actually fight in here. So one team is excluded the entire time from being the legal people. Like, yeah.
Cheers.
Oh yes, cheers.
Cheers.
You
indeed.
goddamn right.
God
Look.
bless the freak.
Hey, if we're not reviewing whiskey and
Oh,
alcohol,
that's spicy.
if we're not reviewing it, we're at least drinking it. Cheers.
Here, here.
So yeah, like Chicken said, look, they came in hot. I mean, fucking hot. Starting this match off at 100 miles per hour because of course they did. I'll be frank.
Woo!
I'll be honest. And I said this last year a bunch of times. I'm not a big Young Bucks fan. This is one of the best performances that I've seen from the Young Bucks in AEW. I'm not just saying recently. This was one of the best performances they've had. They were on point here tonight. Usually, it gets pretty fucking nonsensical with their shit. But they were where they needed to be during this match.
I have not watched this match. Should I go back and watch this tomorrow?
Yeah. This was actually this was a great match.
Okay,
you're gonna
now,
love this one.
Tony, I need your honest. Will I think it's better than the Bucks versus Dustin Cody?
Fuck you.
No, just in your opinion, do you think I will?
I'm just gonna say I enjoyed this one, and I think they did better than they've done in a while. This actually made sense, and the stupid shit was almost forgivable. There you go.
Wow, that's about as high a praise as I think Tony will ever give the Bucks. So I'm gonna have to go back and watch this. This might actually be the best match I've ever done.
This wasn't bad. Even Jurassic Express was on point here. Don't get me wrong. I love Jungle Boy. The guy's amazing.
There were so many spots in this one that were.
And Red Dragon is so good. Fish and O'Reilly are
so let's say Tony, would it be fair to say that there was like at least, let's say, 50 really good spots in this one match?
No, this was hard hitting. This was nonstop. This was
and it was decent. All the way around. And I mean, there was a couple of bad misses,
and they teased
and
it. They teased it at least twice where I'm like, oh shit, I might actually get the point here.
Oh yeah. They teased it to where I thought Tony had it there a couple times. But no, overall the storytelling was great because you didn't know who was going to win, as we just alluded to. But like the athleticism between like the Young Bucks, holy shit, they were on fire tonight. It was great. But all of them were actually great. What's the dude that wears the mask? I can always forget his guy.
Luchasaurus.
Even he wasn't that bad. He showed his athleticism. He was like doing flips and jumping off his shit.
Luchasaurus.
He about had his mask ripped off a couple times, which was a little distracting. Oh, because a mask,
lose the mask.
A mask in a grappling.
I've seen him with the mask
makes
off.
a lot of sense, but
keep the mask.
But overall, even he did pretty goddamn good in this. So
even when I'm like,
it.
okay, he's
I fucking
done
loved
for
this
the night.
match.
Even when I'm like, okay, he's done for the night, they ended up retaining Jurassic Express. They're trying to legitimize the title run. I get that. I can respect that because they are transitional champions, but they wanted to give them one run. They gave them this was their title defense that solidified that their title run was not worthless. Congratulations. Red Dragon was fucking flawless in this match. Fish and O'Reilly are fucking amazing, and everything they did in this match was top shelf. Watch this, argue with me, I don't care. They were fucking perfect in this.
Great match.
And it made the Young Bucks look that much better. And Jungle Boy always plays the perfect
Jungle Boy was amazing. Young Bucks, I thought, stole the show, though.
Yeah, no, they were on point, and I can't even begrudge it. So, no, this was really, really good. I actually really enjoyed this match. I'm not going to shit on them here. I ended up giving this one a 3.75. I really did enjoy
I
this.
agree.
Even though
100%.
Wow.
even though I picked Red Dragon, I thought they were gonna slide in, get the nonsensical win over the
You know
Young
what? Fuck it.
Bucks.
I'm gonna give this a 4-star.
Wow.
It was
There you go.
I think this was the one. Okay, it was the most entertaining match of the. Even though
Hmm.
the tags and the weird shit, I can look past that because rules don't matter in pro wrestling because it's pro
Well, not
wrestling.
here.
Just pure skill, ability, and cool moves. Yeah, in storytelling, 4 stars. Great match.
No, I enjoyed the hell out of this. It was definitely better. But I said this on the go.
Out of
I
5.
said
Out of 5. Sorry, DeFreak. DeFreak's like out of 4.
Yeah.
No.
No,
Out of
I'll get to
5.
that in a
Out of
second.
5.
But no, I said this on the predictions. It matters whether or not they do this as a triple threat or they do it as 2 in the ring. And I wish we knew going in, because if I had known they were going to do it 2 in the ring instead of 3, I probably would have picked Jurassic Express to retain. Wouldn't have mattered anyway, but
Yeah,
it does
They
make
kind
a
of
difference.
announce the rules when they walk in, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah. DeFreak does say, do you like the current wrestling show now more, or the old greats with a lot of the just angry yelling? Hope you know what I mean. Yes, I do know what you're talking about. And specifically what you're referring to, it's a lot less multi-people matches. It's a lot less triple tag matches, a lot less battle royals. It depends on the storyline. It depends on the match. It depends who's involved. Because I have no problem with the evolution of the sport. I have no problem with the evolution of the entertainment value. It's about actually being able to execute what you want to go out there and do. Can you go out there and execute it and make it still look believable? Because if you're just going out there and making it look theatrical, Cirque du Soleil, that I'm not impressed by. Can you go out there and make me go, holy shit, that you could actually blur the lines and make that look believable? That's what I respect.
The way I would answer that question is a lot of like how when I came back to watching pro wrestling, I came back to look at it through my child's eyes. Now
There you go.
when I was a kid, I started watching it much younger, so I introduced my kid at about 12 years old to pro wrestling. And it was that's how I kind of graded some of this stuff, was like, what could my kids see
Yeah.
as entertaining, fun, and actually got into. Like he loved the shit like the Fiend. He loved all the shit they got rid of. He loved it.
If you can get lost in it, if you can get lost in it and enjoy it and forget for a second, it's just like watching a movie. If you can forget for a second, get sucked into the movie.
Yeah, if you can forget that you have to pay your house bill next week and you're not sure if you can, pull the funds together for it, and just enjoy this moment of watching these professional athletes tell a story, then they win. Like, that's what it's there for. That's the point of it.
If the performer can pull you into the match, just like an actor can pull you into the movie, then they've won.
Like John Moxley did to you tonight.
Yeah. Or on the pre-show when the guy told us that we're stupid and dumb. But I digress. This was much better than I expected. The Young Bucks did surprise me tonight. They were on point, even though they didn't win. This was not bad. I almost gave it 4, but not quite.
I'll give it 4.
This was fun. This is a fun match. So let's move right along to match number 6, the fucking clusterfuck ladder match. Chicken, what'd you think?
I loved it because I called it. I just had a
You
feeling.
did.
I was the only one that called this match. No, there was a lot of moments where we're watching. Okay, these ladder matches aren't as fun as they used to be. I remember ladder matches 10, 20 years ago that like maybe
they weren't multi-man matches
or
tag matches like this.
Hold on. Maybe I didn't necessarily always get to see on camera where the ladders are being placed accidentally. like you're seeing it all scripted into the most convenient way possible in today's ladder matches. Today's ladder matches are so performative,
Yes, Dalton.
silly,
Yes.
and crazy. Are pro wrestlers, what did he say? Pro wrestlers considered
Are they
more of an
considered more
athlete?
actor or athlete? The answer is yes.
Yes.
Honestly, I like this is going back to something Kevin Nash said, and I don't agree with a lot of what he says, but he was right on here, and he said one of the best and worst moments in professional wrestling was Mick Foley's Hell in a Cell match in 1997
It's
against
true. It is
Undertaker
true.
because you
It's
took
true.
a work and you made it into a stunt.
Yep.
And the TLC match where it was the Dudleys versus the Hardys versus
Yep.
Edge and Christian.
There was no coming back from that.
Yeah, that's
Now
one of the
the
greatest matches of all
fans
time.
expect something.
Yeah, they turned like that was a stunt show of amazing proportions. And I remember I watched that live with UT, and like I remember we even looked at each other and like, how
do you come back from this?
How the fuck are they supposed to do a main event after this?
No,
like,
and that's the beauty of it. If you look specifically at the TLC 2000 WrestleMania 2000 ladder match, they literally could not go any higher than that.
Yep.
And they didn't even have a name for the match at the time. And the storyline was specifically Mick Foley was the commissioner and said, look, we're never going to do that shit again. And we're actually just going to name the match Tables, Ladders, and Chairs. And you're going to go out there.
TLC, baby.
The exact same fucking match that you just had. And ever since then,
but
it's just
now
been watered down.
But yeah, now those matches are so watered down, you get to see it choreographed so much that you can call everything. It's so predictable now, and it's not even fun. This one,
not on this product. I mean, you're talking about the other show.
No.
Even on this product, you saw it very blatant on AEW tonight.
I 100%
it was so
expected bad. Keith Lee's been involved with these in NXT.
This was not good.
Christian obviously has been involved.
Tony,
in multiple.
He was apparently there to just kind of general this thing.
Tony, who took the botch on the ladder right before the end?
Oh God! When they did the flip over,
it was supposed to be the power bomb, but he slipped and
Wardlow gave Starks the power bomb, but he
Starks
dumped him right on the crown of his head.
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
Rough. Every fucking match tonight, somebody should have been.
But all of us, okay. So as me and Tony are watching this live through a stream, and we're like chatting as we're like talking to each other.
Horrifying.
And I was like, oh, they just kind of set that ladder sideways, unintentionally, like nobody's about to fall on that thing. And Starks starts climbing. Wardlow starts coming up behind him. I'm like, oh, and Tony goes, yep, chicken, you're right. Wardlow's going to win. You called it. Good job. Like we saw the end of the match coming. And then all of a sudden, like he goes to powerbomb Starks into the ladder and he slipped. And he landed it's a ladder. I don't know how you can miss your spot and it not end up good. It looked like he survived. It was just like, oh no, it could have gone so much worse. Thank God it didn't. But that was just like the sign of things to come throughout the rest of the night, I guess. I'm foreshadowing.
Well, we've already kind of touched on the fact that this has been a night where, spinal stenosis was a possibility, and people like there was some.
2 careers are over because of this pay-per-view.
Oh God, I hope not. But yeah,
Tony, you're muted.
Yep, Tony's muted. Yeah, that's the problem with pro wrestling. Like, I'll never forget. I was watching. I hadn't watched pro wrestling in years, and an ex of mine was watching Total Bellas. And that's Tyson Kidd. And she was telling me, that's Tyson Kidd, and he's injured. And I hadn't watched wrestling in years. I said, let me guess, he's got a broken neck?
Yep.
And she's like, yeah, he's got a broken neck. Yeah, that's what fucking happens in wrestling. Like, you just get broken necks a lot. And
it's almost like these young guys shouldn't
if
be
your
doing
knees
stupid.
Don't.
Yeah, if your knees don't go, it's going to be your neck.
Yeah.
So,
if it's not your knees, it's your back. If it's not your back, it's your fucking neck. Maybe you shouldn't do Spanish flies off the goddamn
At least they're not
goddamn
smacking each other
entrance
over
way
the head.
through tables.
At least they're not smacking each other over the head with chairs anymore.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, the ladder match. Guess what happened to this? Okay, look, I'll be the first one to admit I am not a fan of the shtick of Orange Cassidy. In fact, I think it's insulting.
Dude, he was so good in this, though.
But god damn it, this
Fucking A, I love
one.
Orange Cassidy.
Fuck you, Phil. You.
This was so
goddamn
good, Phil. You're gonna
motherfucker.
love. You're gonna love it when you watch it.
Phil,
It was
go
so
back
good.
and watch this
It was
because you're
gold.
gonna pop. You're gonna pop like a motherfucker. Here's what happens. I'm gonna break this down. The three behemoths of the match: Powerhouse Hobbs, Keith Lee, and Wardlow are standing in the middle of the ring like they're about to just tear down Tokyo, Godzilla King Kong style. Orange Cassidy gets in the middle of this and starts kicking them in the shins. And eventually
No, not kicking them, tapping them with his
tapping
foot.
them on the leg. And they attack
and
him.
the crowd is popping.
Devastating attack.
The crowd is
I
popping.
got my aviators on in honor of Orange.
You got to tell this story correct to the audience. The
doing it,
crowd
Phil.
is
God damn it.
popping. They are popping at every tap of his leg to the other
Fuck you.
opponent's leg, all the way around. He does it like 4 fucking times, and the crowd's like, "Oh, oh, oh!"
Yeah.
And these three Goliaths are about to eat him. And all of a sudden, he bounces off the ropes. Keith Lee grabs Wardlow and Hobbs in a DDT, and Orange Cassidy runs up the three of them, stands tall, and tries to grab the brass
On the shoulders
ring.
of Keith Lee.
And I'm like, oh my god, that's fucking beautiful.
It was.
so
yeah,
good.
it's Orange Cassidy. He just grows on you. There's nothing you can do once he grows on you. So sorry,
It's
T.
true.
You've caught the orange. You've caught
Oh
the
no,
orange crush.
it happened more than once, Phil.
Oh,
it
he had
happened more
like
than
3
once.
of those. Yeah.
And then later on, you had Wardlow and Hobbs, I think, grabbed a ladder on both ends and they hoisted it up. Oh no, excuse me. Orange Cassidy gets in the middle of the ring, puts the ladder on his neck, and does the windmill move. Right? We've seen it. We love it. And Wardlow and Hobbs grab both ends of the ladder and they hoist it up. Cassidy gets on the outside,
But
jumps
he's
on the top
dangling
of the
like
ladder,
he's dangling
and
like
they-
a kid in a jungle gym.
They bench press the ladder, and Cassidy's on the ladder. And as he's on the ladder, well, I'm here. And he just starts grabbing towards the ring again.
He like lifts himself on top of the ladder while they're hoisting it up and reaches for the goddamn fucking little tube or whatever they're trying to, the ring and the fucking
It
to
was
win.
so stupid.
Oh, it was great. I loved it.
I-
It was so fucking great.
This was perfect Orange Cassidy because he didn't do anything that actually
It was
made
trolling. Everything he did was trolling. It was fucking
But
funny.
he never actually felt like he was going to win the match. He
Dude,
never insulted your intelligence.
I had a
And
moment.
the only times he actually felt like he was going to win was by stupid random chance.
That's
And
what
that's how
Orange
you should
does.
use
He
it.
makes you think there's that moment, like when he was in that triple threat for the AEW title. Admit you thought there was that moment he was
I
going to
told
win.
Tony.
It was going to cost me everything, and I still wanted him to win. It was going to be beautiful.
I told
No
Tony.
bitches.
I told Tony, watch out. They're gonna do a Nikki ASH and
Yeah.
let Orange Cassidy win this fucking thing.
No,
and Tony
then,
goes, "Oh no, no, no!" Like,
then they
Like-
went
It's
scorched.
like
earth
Tony
with
watching
this
the
fucking
Star
thing.
Wars holiday special. No, no,
All
no,
why?
Then they went scorched earth with the thing.
Hit that
and they
link
took
tree link down below if you want to hear more about that. It's on our locals channel.
It's pretty fucking funny.
So then they took all the fucking big names of this
Tony's like,
match.
"Fuck you guys."
They went up the ramp. They went through tables. Lee and Hobbs went through a table. Wardlow's still there. Starks comes back down, climbs the ladder. Danhausen pops up and just makes the weird face.
Very nice, very evil.
Yeah, that there was that. And then eventually fucking Wardlow wins the match. Like it got weird at the end.
Yeah.
So I like how Danhausen just finds a way like, hello everybody. Look at me. We're all looking at me now.
No, it sucked.
Okay, continue your match now. Like he doesn't even have to take a bump, and he just gets everybody's attention. Like he's
It
got
was
the
a
best
terrible
fucking grift in wrestling. I fucking love it.
I
Yes.
gave it a 2.25. It wasn't great. It was too predictable, and I hate all these ladder matches. I hate them all. They're all way too predictable. Even the cool spots suck because you know it's coming. There's no surprises. There's nothing good. So I don't know. I'm burned on ladder matches because when they start like, I'm gonna put two ladders next to each other and we're gonna go 6 people climb two ladders at the same time. Like we've seen this.
Like
Stop
no
it.
one does. Like I think it would just be really funny if like there was like some safety officer that came out in the middle of like a wrestling match, like I'm with OSHA, and no. We're not allowing any of this.
That's
So,
what would happen if it were on Twitch.
Now, what's funny is, you know what?
Twitch would be like, all the lefties on Twitch would be like, oh, we need OSHA to get over there right now.
God, don't give them any ideas. But like the reason that the ladder match actually became in vogue and became a thing in the wrestling industry wasn't because of like, oh, look at how high they can get and all the things they can do, but it was because everybody marveled at Shawn Michaels when he and Razor Ramon at WrestleMania had a ladder match. And as Ric Flair put it, yeah, that time Shawn Michaels had a match with a ladder.
When Shawn Michaels went against a ladder and Razor Ramon was there.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. It's like, yeah, Razor didn't even have a match that night. Just Shawn basically wrestled around him with a ladder, and everyone was so shocked and amazed by it that they thought, hey, maybe I can recreate this. And so, the ladder match.
This actually did not like make me angry. So I actually give it 3.25. I honestly enjoyed this way more than I should have.
Yeah,
I came in prepared to hate this thing. I was gonna shit all over it. I was gonna shit all over it. This was actually,
dude, my guy won. I still hated it.
I know, and that should tell you something.
That's bitter.
I enjoyed it way more than I should have. I expected Keith Lee to get the win, but it is what it is. Whatever. Way better than it could have been. I enjoyed it. Not bad. So we are going to move along. Thank God.
We only have 8 more left.
20 more matches to go. Yeah. Something like
Jesus.
that. the TBS championship, the women's secondary title, Jade Cargill versus Ty Conti. Look, all that needs to be said about this match.
Ty Conti.
Is this seriously happening?
That just happened. Tay Conti. Take on.
Just let me know when you're done.
Take on. Oh, sorry.
Are you done?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you. Jesus Christ. So Ty Conti comes out, answers the open challenge for the fucking TBS Women's Championship. She comes out. Ty Conti, gorgeous Brazilian, beautiful woman, wearing spider web face makeup, makes her look like shit. Great, good for you. Jade Cargill comes out wearing green Jade from Mortal Kombat gear, and basically my brain went to mush after that, so I didn't give a fuck. Then I regained consciousness once they rang the bell. Jade grabbed Ty Conti's face and made out with her to start the match. I don't know what happened after that.
10-star match.
Yeah, it was a 10-star match. They made out to start the match, and then some stuff happened, and then Ty Conti kissed Jade towards the end of the match, which re-fucked my mind and made it a 15-star match. And eventually Jade.
Well, no, it started at a 10 and it dropped down to a 2, and then that happened, and then went back to a 10.
Yeah.
So you're like, I don't know what to do.
So 12-star match.
I'm just gonna say Jade Cargill is one of those few rare women that looks better every day you see her. She's one of those few rare ones that age like wine.
No, she looks amazing. She is a fucking perfect example of what a female professional wrestler should look like. Her in-ring ability is not there yet.
Dalton's
When they
good
say
at it.
29-0, that's not a joke. She's literally had less than 30 matches in the ring on
So-
television. She's
Dalton-
green as fuck.
Dalton asks, is there legal gambling in pro wrestling, or is that a dumb question? That is
No,
not a
there
dumb question.
legitimately is, and you
Yeah.
should definitely do it. And if you want to make money, talk to us.
Yeah,
We'll
listen
give
to-
you the inside track.
As we get most of these matches right.
Now, I'll never forget the moment, like Tony was with me this night, where my older brother, which check him out at Grow the Farm Up on YouTube. We were talking about wrestling for a minute, and he's not into it at all. But he's like, and then we mentioned that you could actually take a Vegas line on certain matches, and he goes, "Wait, what? You can take a Vegas line on professional wrestling matches?"
On a
We go,
predetermined match. Yes.
he looks at me and he goes, "That's better than a mortgage-backed security." Like
Same
that, like,
thing.
are you kidding me? Like, that's the most sure fucking thing ever. Because if you got the inside track, which I'm sure that's
You can
never
bet
happened.
on movies.
My
you
cousin
can bet
Sticky
on
got me
wrestling.
the ladder match. So
Yeah,
true.
yeah. Well,
But no,
your
Jade
cousin
Cargill
Stick,
was
wait,
a
did your cousin Sticky get
-1,000
released by
favorite.
WWE and he works for AEW now, or
he's everywhere.
Depends on the month.
Uh,
It's
Look.
all the same, Phil.
Jade was a -1,000 favorite to win this thing, and she did. And this thing was clunky as shit because both these gals are pretty fucking great.
driver.
And yes, exactly. The fucking pile driver. Another goddamn instance of people should have been crippled in this thing, but they weren't. Thankfully.
Well, and it even wasn't. It wasn't even her. Well, it kind of
Oh.
was because she let go.
Oh.
So it was a belly to belly pile driver, and I think it was her that her that let go while she's falling down on her head.
Yeah.
I need
Instead
to go
of
back and
holding
watch it.
tightly. Yeah.
Because you're supposed to hold on tight to make sure your neck is not gonna like bounce off the ground. You get to hold
Yeah.
that person's body to like protect yourself, and their butt will kind of absorb, and like everything's gonna be okay. But like yeah, she just let go. Everybody let go, and she just kind of fell on her head. And I was like,
Wow.
oh no. I want to watch that replay because it like watching
It
it
was
live, I was
horrifying.
like, oh my God, no.
Yeah.
Jade-
It was
okay.
horrifying.
So are you telling me that I took better care of my opponents with my pile drivers than
It was about the same.
I'm
I
here
took
to
better
tell the
care.
tale. So yeah.
yeah. Shit.
I'm
I was like-
alive.
yeah, Tony's like, I'm
So
here
yes.
to tell the tale. So yeah.
Like I'm here. So
I
can
wouldn't
vouch
let
for
Phil.
that.
I wouldn't let Phil give me a pile driver. I didn't trust
Well,
him.
now you know
I
why.
gave you a pile driver one time and I took care of you.
I don't. Well, I don't remember it. Is that telling?
It wasn't a good
You-
one,
you-
but I took care of you. I could tell you were nervous as fuck. Like you were like, oh,
Like I saw Phil about kill Tony 3 times doing this.
Yeah, he watches Phil kill me 3 times. I don't want to do that. I
No.
don't
we're doing a
wanna do
pile
that.
driver.
Oh God!
I was kind of an asshole back in the wrestling
You
days.
didn't sign me up for that.
Yeah, it's a wonder we got anybody to come back. But yeah, Chicken came
Well,
back, and then he had a couple of
here's
matches
the
where
important thing.
where
Here's the
Chicken went
important thing.
into business for
Jade
himself. And we're like,
Cargill.
well, hell.
Jade Cargill looks fucking smoking goddamn hot as Jade from Mortal Kombat. So there you go.
Yeah.
Oh God! Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
All right, let's
that was
move on.
fine, goddamn tastic. DeFreaks,
What'd you give it?
Phil's like, I wouldn't let Phil make me a screwdriver. Well, that's true because Phil would use gin.
Oh, fuck
Yeah,
you.
he loves gin.
No,
I
he's talking about like, why wouldn't, like, I'm like, Tony, why won't you let me give you the Steiner screwdriver for a finish? What the hell?
DeFreak, I let Phil do so many awful moves to me over the years. My
Giggity.
quota's been met. My quota was met. Oops, I mean chicken.
Giggity.
And that's a giggity as well.
Giggity.
That is giggity.
Oh, Lord.
No, my quota was met a long fucking time ago, and I'm short now. That's why. Moving along. So Jade Cargill.
Tony was supposed to be
and
6'7", but he kept
I
taking
should
pile
be,
drivers from
yeah.
me. And
I gave it a 2-star because this match was not good.
I agree. 2-star.
Yeah, was not good. We're gonna.
We
move
didn't
along.
expect it to be good though. Just to be fair,
I rate this match. Jade Cargill is a beautiful woman.
she is. She's like
That's my
a
rating.
green-haired Candace Owens.
Can we agree that Ty Conte is also beautiful?
Oh yeah, God.
Oh yeah, Ty
gorgeous women.
Conte. Okay, so I would say Ty
Oh wait. I
Conte's
know this is we're the pro wrestling
scale
news
of 1 to
industry.
5.
We're not supposed to talk about how beautiful women are. I know.
Okay,
So-
1 to 5. Go ahead.
1 to 5. I give Ty Conte a 4.
4.5.
Okay. Phil?
I can't rate any
Can't
beautiful woman by a
objectify
simple,
women
like
like
a
this?
woman can't be measured by a mere number, gentlemen. I'm sorry.
Phil's stuck to his bar right now.
So
Well, he's like, Twitch people might be watching.
no. I'm just that. Trust me. It's a good wooing line.
How about
Yeah, okay,
Jade?
no.
How
We
about Jade?
got it, Phil. We got
Tony,
it,
Jade, 1 to 5.
Phil. Tonight, 5.
Really?
Typically 3.5, but tonight 5.
I'm gonna go 3.75.
Tonight she was a 5.
Nah, neither of them are 5s for me.
No, tonight she was.
They're
a 5.
both very, very attractive and
Yep.
very talented, very athletic women.
No, Jade hit her fucking.
The
pinnacle.
green
That
hair,
was perfect.
the green hair makes me think of too many lefty memes.
Man,
there.
motherfucking Mortal Goddamn Kombat. God damn it, man. Come
I'm about
on.
to say, get out of your own
Fuck
way
that
here,
shit.
chicken.
Yeah, no. I'll never
Yeah,
get out
whatever.
of my own way.
Whatever.
Hey,
Whatever.
those things protect you in the long run. That's evolution, baby.
Right. Okay. Moving along. So, next up, we had one of the matches we were actually looking forward to half of the time. Bryan Danielson, John Moxley in a grudge match, whatever. Jesus Christ.
Daniel Bryan for Dean Ambrose for people still playing on WWE 2K19.
And that's kind of what this was, Phil.
I'm gonna go get me some more whiskey.
You're gonna need
Okay.
some. You're gonna need it. But also,
Hey,
I'm gonna
Phil.
say, what before you get into that, because we also need to stretch for time. No, I'm kidding. Just give Chicken some time to get back. But Dalton Carr says, I wouldn't let Phil make me a drink. Well, that's your loss because I am pretty goddamn good at being a amateur bartender, and I've got some great whiskeys and other such. But I would let him pick all my bets over anyone else. Belt speaks for itself. And folks, you got to tune in until the end of this show because I've got a special challenge, a special something that involves this belt, WrestleMania, and a unique stipulation that has never before happened at Big Fucking Empire or Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast. And you're going to have to wait till the
I got a
end
question.
to see that.
I got a question. Phil, did you watch the Moxley Bryan match?
I did not, Tony. I was.
Well, guess what? You get
with
to
the
talk
little
about
one.
it now.
Oh, well, let me tell you something. Considering we've seen it like 20 times in WWE, let me just think back to the Daniel Bryan versus Dean Ambrose match. But no, I went with John Moxley because I knew it was going to be hey, everybody, I'm back from rehab. Who doesn't love a redemption arc? And Daniel Bryan, he's a guy who loves a redemption arc just as much as anybody else. So I knew this one was going to go the way it was going to go. And for those who don't know, you can find me at KOE Nation on YouTube, KOE Nation on TikTok, KOE Nation on Twitch. If Tony's just going to give me extra time.
Yeah. Tony's like, Phil, fill some time while I run away real quick because the kids interrupted the show apparently.
Oh, well, that will happen. But yeah, John Moxley, I knew because he was coming back from rehab, they were going to give him a W because everybody loves a redemption arc. And so this is John Moxley's redemption arc. And I'm wondering where his character's going to go from here.
It wasn't a good match though.
Well,
so, okay. I'm not going to say it wasn't a good match. So as you know, Bryan Danielson's he fucking carried this whole goddamn thing from start to finish.
Pretty much.
He set the pace, he set the tone. And I already know what Tony's criticism is going to be, especially for Mox, is going to be he's boring. He does the same thing over and over. He shows no emotion. You don't feel the presence that he's in there. But I think actually Daniel Bryanson fed off of him pretty good. Like I've seen Brian Danielson, Daniel Bryan, whatever you want to call him. I've seen him like work with other people before and put them over and make them look good, but the amount of effort he put into Mox was kind of next level in my opinion. So I was pretty impressed by that. So does that mean he sees a lot in Mox, or was he just trying to, make this a good match? Who fucking knows? Either way, I didn't think it was as bad as Tony was trying to tell me it was. It wasn't great. It wasn't great, but I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was, but it went too long. That was the problem. It went too long.
Oh,
This
God,
should have
yeah.
been this should have been
Yeah.
a 10, 15 tops. But it went on for almost 25 minutes.
Yeah.
If they would have stopped at 10, 15 minutes, you could have got to the point, got it all over with. Would have been great. They could have had their spots. Everything would have been fine. But Brian Danielson was amazing. If it was just him fighting a ghost or a shadow, I would have gave it a 5-star because like that dude was on fucking point the whole goddamn time. But he wasn't. He was wrestling Mox, and that causes challenges. And he as much as he lived up to that challenge, it's still drawn down quite a bit. I'm gonna go 275. Like it wasn't terrible.
275.
It wasn't terrible. It wasn't good.
Okay,
was-
so
I
here's
didn't
how
even
this
think
went.
it was that entertaining, and I was super pissed at the end, and that's probably why I knocked it down.
No, this pissed me off for multiple reasons. Look, I didn't like
275 was too high. Is that what you're getting at?
Just give me a second. Look,
Oh, man.
I enjoy Brian Danielson was the 2021 Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast Wrestler of the Year for a fucking reason. And I said that multiple times tonight because this guy is.
Did we agree on that, or was there some
good.
difference there?
Holy spicy.
We were all about to pick Roman Reigns, and then I said, look, guys, no. And then I convinced you that,
Nice.
it's Daniel Bryan. It's Brian Danielson. And he pretty much proved that again tonight by wrestling fucking career Hulk Hogan, unimpressive, boring ass John goddamn Moxley. And I'm sorry if you like Dean Ambrose. I'm sorry if you like John Moxley. The guy has the same fucking match every time he goes out there. Look, it's the little things that count. It's the body language. And if you want to talk body language and you want to talk little things that matter, Brian Danielson, key goddamn component. He is amazing at this. You want to know who's not good at emoting? You want to know who's not good at explaining the story in the ring?
Told you.
Goddamn John Moxley sucks at that shit. He's a blank staring motherfucker. He has the same match every time
Johnny
he goes out there.
Sameface.
He is Johnny Sameface. He sucks. And this was half good. Brian Danielson was fucking fantastic tonight.
Now, I will say, Tony,
John Moxley was pedestrian.
I do remember you convincing me because last year Daniel Bryan not only was in the main event of WrestleMania, but then he had basically one of the best triple threats of the year with Kenny Omega and Pac, and that was fucking amazing too. And so, it's Kenny Omega, Brian Danielson, but anyways, you had fucking amazing matches last year, and you did persuade me at the last minute. So yeah, I got to give that to you.
So this thing went really, really long, and I expected this to be a sequential.
Kind of like this review. God damn it.
I expected this to be a sequential thing where we were going to have a rematch, but we didn't, and the ending was dog shit. Moxley got a goddamn roll-up pin on Bryan, even though Bryan's shoulder was up.
It wouldn't. It was kind of a roll-up pin, but his shoulders weren't down, and it was like so. Danielson had him in a triangle choke, and somehow, like one shoulder got down, and the ref, like, oh god, it was so garbage. Like the ref wasn't even close to even looking, or even, like, there's no way, like you lost all reality there. Like you couldn't even try to explain it away. There's no way. There's no way that was a clean pin. And Tony and I are sitting there watching it, and we're like, wait, what? Like he stood up, and the ref's like, you won. And he's like, what? Even Mox was like, what? It was like,
no, it was terrible.
Everything about it was like, I kind of wonder if they didn't get into the earpiece of the ref and was just like, count a 3-pin right now. Do it, you motherfucker, or you're fired.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know. The ending was abrupt.
Ref gets told that a lot.
Didn't work.
Yeah.
It didn't work. I didn't like
bad. It was so bad.
Like the way they built this, you're like, okay, they're going to give Moxley that win because he came back and Daniel Bryan can just eat pins and losses, whatever. No, god damn it. Stop beating Bryan. Stop it. And they're going to pair these guys together because Moxley got the surprise roll-up pin on Daniel Bryan, on Bryan Danielson. And this is where William Regal came out, head-butted both guys, slapped them both in the face, and made them unite. So now, instead of getting a rematch,
it was cool to see Regal, though.
I love Regal.
Good courtesy.
But I didn't want to see Regal pairing Moxley and
Queensberry rules.
To do that piece, yeah. That was not fun.
I mean, the man who introduced the Duchess of Queensberry rules to pro wrestling, I mean, he will forever be in our hearts. Let's be frank.
Yes.
So, all right. So, moving right on from that amazing, enamoring match, let's get into some of the good ones.
Okay.
So, the Freak says, what does he mean, emoting? By emoting, I mean, I'll take the fucking glasses off for a second. Here you go. This is my face. Oh, I just got hit.
Hold on. Let's zoom in.
Oh, I just got punched in the face. Oh, I'm bleeding now. Oh, I just won the match. That's an example of me not emoting.
You actually look a lot like Mox.
Yeah, I know. That's the whole point.
So yes, emoting is like what emotions are your face projecting? Like, are you selling the fact that this is hurting you? Like, are you like trying to get over that you're getting fired up and you're making the comeback? And emoting is kind of a different version of acting. All right. So yes, that's kind of emoting, and it's very important. It's what Hulk Hogan got right. It's what made his career. It was before he shook someone's hand, he would like look around to the crowd, like, should I do it? Like, what do you think, folks? What? And just that was what made his career, was just his ability to emote with a live crowd. And so that's what we mean by emoting.
If you can make the live audience feel what you're feeling, if you can make the people watching at home feel what you're feeling, that's a job well done.
Yes. And now, gosh, I think we skipped MJF CM Punk. Brother, yes, Hulk Hogan.
Chicken, can you verify? Did we skip it?
Yeah, we haven't talked about that yet.
Okay, so let's go back. How did we miss this? Holy shit! I was trying to go in order. Jesus Christ!
So dog and collar match.
No, not just dog and collar match. This was the match of the night.
It was.
I don't give a fuck.
I actually watched this match too, and yes, I got to agree. It was one of the better matches I've seen in a long time. CM Punk and MJF used the dog collar in a way that was actually believable. It didn't seem like some stupid Now you and I saw Daniel Bryan versus the Fiend in a strap match at Royal Rumble.
Thank you. Yes,
but that
yes,
they couldn't integrate anything with the neck because it's WWE. So there was an element of psychology that was missing there. This one had it. You thought these men were fucking hanging each other at some points. It was quite fucking something to see.
This was beautiful because not only I have to reiterate, you go back to the impetus of the CM Punk MJF feud, and they let it simmer, they let it build, and by the time they finally let the guys actually touch each other and have a match, oh my god, the build was so good.
Yeah,
the thumbtack usage could have been better.
So, okay. I didn't love the fact that they put the first match.
If you're gonna do thumbtacks, do it right.
I didn't love the fact that they did the first match in Chicago, and they had MJF beat Punk twice on the same night in the same match. I didn't love that because it gave away the ending of the next match. Because Jim Cornette said it best: if you're going to do this, you do it as a trilogy. You have Punk lose the first two, and you have him win the third. That way, MJF can say, I won 2-1. The third one doesn't matter. Punk can say, I won the last one. Doesn't matter. They can both walk away the victor. But they let MJF technically win the first two in Chicago in the same match. So you knew that this was going to be the end of the fucking fight. But the way that they built this match up, Punk coming out, sitting in the middle of the ring, no entrance, sitting there with a box, bearing his soul, dropping the dog collar match stipulation out because it actually matters. It's not Cody versus Brody Lee just because Cody saw the match once in the 80s. This actually meant something. CM Punk's actually had these matches before. This actually meant something. The next week, MJF was speechless the week before. This next week, he comes out, bears his soul, does an out-of-character face promo. It was amazing. Punk comes out speechless. Was that real? MJF just leaves. The next week, Punk comes out. My God, I thought I was a dick. Now it's been verified. Max, come out. Shake my hand. Instead of shaking his hand, he embraces him in a hug. After a long, thought-out process, Punk embraces him back in a hug, and MJF kicks him square in the goddamn balls. And then they bloody him up, and they kick the ever-living shit out of him. It was fucking beautiful. This is professional wrestling. This was amazing. This was perfection.
Maxwell, we love you, Maxwell.
This was perfection.
But then when you open tonight's match, you get to hear Cult of Personality, and everybody, you hear the roar from the crowd. They're all like, "Here comes CM Punk, Cult of Personality, fuck yeah!" And then the music cuts off, and it goes to MJF's music.
That was beautiful.
He fucking totally trolled him, just like I trolled Phil at the beginning of the show here. Yeah.
Bastard. Well done, well done.
But
yeah,
then he comes out. Then CM Punk comes out to some music that if you have not been deep into the CM Punk lore for like 20 years, which he hasn't been around for 7 years.
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't know his prior entrance music, everybody was like, huh?
Yeah,
The fuck's going on?
Yeah, it was awkward.
Because they
It
thought, are
was
they
the Ring of Honor
debuting a new
music.
person now, or what's going on?
Yeah.
I was like,
I
is
didn't
this
love
his
that.
new intro? Like, what's going on? Like, it's pretty lame.
Now they're basically trying to shoehorn Ring of Honor as many times as they could onto the show in any way they could. Shoehorn Ring of Honor, like, hey, Ring of Honor. Did you know CM Punk was in Ring of Honor? Yes, this is his getup that he used to wear in Ring of Honor, and this is his entrance music that he used to have in Ring of Honor, and this was the thing that he used to do back in Ring of Honor. Because now Tony Khan owns Ring of Honor, so we gotta fucking squeeze every last drop we can out of this particular new acquisition. So, T, I gotta ask, on a star scale, what do you give this?
I loved this match. I really did. This was it was slow though. This one took a while to get going, and it didn't disappoint. I loved this. This was methodical. It was just rage filled. They had the story built up perfectly. I loved that. I loved this match. Punk has been so good in everything he's done. MJF never disappoints me. This was so fucking good. I loved it. And by the time this thing finally did reach its conclusion, Wardlow comes down. MJF is Wardlow crying. He slaps him on the go home show. Wardlow, come down, give me the ring. Can't find it. Can't find it. Can't find it. Punk hits him with the go to sleep. All of a sudden, Wardlow, it was in the other pocket. Takes it out. Sets it on the ring. Punk goes, that's amazing. Grabs it. Puts it on. Picks Max up. Pops him right in the goddamn dome. Just for good measure. 1, 2, 3. CM Punk gets the win back. This was beautiful. I
And then they
loved
hit
it.
his Cult of Personality music.
And then Cult of Personality. 4 stars all the way around. This was beautiful.
And Chicken, the professional podcaster's muted. Yes, folks, this is the A+. Yeah, we were giving Josh each other all night about that when people were having their mic off when I was on the Hippy Dippy panel. It was just like, your mic's muted. Fuck you.
I couldn't even find my mouse. That's how pro stream I am. But yeah, 4 stars, 100% agreed. That was a beautiful match. It was a great storytelling. Everything was fantastic. I loved it.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. 4-star match. Excellent stuff. And I feel like I probably would have enjoyed it all the more, or probably wouldn't have enjoyed it as much if I had to sit through all this grueling show. Like if it would, because it was a marathon. But no, AEW, stop it. You don't need to make any 2-night shows. Knock it off. No.
Fair. So
we're at 2-night show in 1 night.
Okay, you stop it.
They kind of did that tonight.
Yeah. Kind of.
Did we talk about Thunder Rosa, Britt Baker?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
So that happened.
So yeah.
I mean, you want to talk about putting a match in a dead spot?
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Holy shit. So what was supposedly the women's match of the year last year? This was not it. And no, this was totally not fucking fair.
The only credit I'll give to this whole match is that there were times we weren't sure who was going to win. It did give you a few moments of disbelief.
Okay, that's fair. I did actually surprise. I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to win this thing. holy shit, I might actually win this thing. About 3 times, and then they teased me, and I eventually gave up.
Then they overplayed it 2 more times, and Tony was like, "Fucking Christ, I'm gonna lose this thing."
Yeah, no.
And then they did it 2 more times, and Tony's like, "Stop torturing me."
Yeah,
Jesus
no.
Christ.
Baker did the fucking Charlotte Flair tonight, and she was just off.
Yeah, she was
She
a
was
limp
off.
noodle, limp noodle the whole time.
Yep, sandbagged everything. Thunder
Well,
Rosa
no,
looked
because it sounds
great.
like she looked bad the whole time. If it was Charlotte Flair, it would just be only look bad whenever she had to put somebody else over and look
Well,
5-star anytime she was on the offense.
So that's what I told Tony. I was like,
Pretty much.
Tony, you might actually win this. Look how Britt Baker is just like not doing anything. Like
Exactly.
she's not like she's not wrestling to win. She's like pissed, like she's gonna lose or something. Like something's off. Something was wrong. Maybe she's injured.
Something was
Maybe I was thinking way too deep into it. But I was like, Tony, you might actually win this one. And they led into that a lot more. And God, if you watched, like, Thunder Rosa was doing such a great job. She was trying so hard to pull this shit off, and Britt Baker just wasn't selling it. It was so bad.
Yeah, it was not good. I don't know. I didn't love it. The rhythm wasn't there. I didn't like it on the go home.
That match was so bad it sucked the energy from this podcast. Like you could almost like have a candlelight vigil, just like, oh wow,
Yeah.
that was bad. That was just fucking bad. So what did you guys rate this?
2.
Oh, 2.5.
Okay. All right. So 2.5 for this showing. Very disappointing considering, like you said, Tony, last year, one of the best. But folks, now we move onward and upward. So what is the next match on the cards?
Danielson Moxley.
What is the next match?
Things are gonna get so much better.
So we covered that one.
Yeah, we covered that one. I give that one 3.5. Next on the card would have been the Jesus Christ. I don't even want to talk about this. Can we just gloss over this?
Just what
Team
was
Sting.
it?
Team Sting versus Team Hardy.
Oh, Team Sting and Darby. Oh my God. Did you see Sting climb up onto the rafters, jump off with a fucking stinger splash through the table? Did you fucking see it, guys? Guys,
Hang on, I got this.
Well, and Sting is no longer with us.
And he was off the fucking rafters through the fucking table, guys. Oh wait, shit. Was I out for a minute? But yeah, guys, fucking Stinger did a Stinger fucking.
This match was Thank you. This match sucked.
Okay,
This
so
was trash.
So okay, let's get real here.
I didn't do that.
You can bring you. I didn't do that. Did Phil remove himself?
I think,
and he jumped
I
off
didn't
of
do
the
it.
rafters, guys, and he did a
God.
Stinger splash, a Stinger fucking splash through the fucking tables, guys.
So Sting fell off of the balcony accidentally.
And yes, it was through a table, guys. Through several tables.
4.
And it was
4.
Four fucking tables. Not one,
4.
not 2.
They almost broke
3.
2 of them.
But yes,
Almost.
But Sting.
They almost killed 2
Stinger
people.
splash.
Yeah.
Did you
Let's
see it,
talk about
guys?
Let's talk about it and get it the fuck over
So
with.
the beginning, the match begins with everybody's intros at the top of the ramp, and then they like run to the ring really fast, and then nobody stays in the ring for the rest of the
terrible.
entire
Who needs that ring?
match.
Just get
This was a shit show from start to finish. There was like so many spots I was like, somebody's about to die. And it didn't even look good when you died. Like, it's one thing if you like do a dangerous move that could kill you.
Yeah.
Perform it well, please.
Yeah.
Perform it well. That way, when you die, we'll be like, wow, that was at least entertaining.
Like you expect Darby Allin to hurt himself every time he goes out there, but holy God.
Yeah, Dalton. Yeah. Guess who else fell from the rafters at a younger age?
Fucking- Oh,
yeah,
Ugh.
depressing.
Yeah,
moment.
that was one of the great tragedies of our pro wrestling world.
Yeah, I remember that when I was a kid. Yeah.
Oh God.
That was actually one of the only pay-per-views I did not buy.
Yeah. No, I actually remember exactly where I was, and I'm gonna have to do some name dropping here. But I was staying in my front yard. Mom was doing gardening, and she was insisting that I helped, and I didn't want to help because I'm a fucking teenage kid who wants to fucking help garden. I mean, like, sorry, it's just the way it is. But I remember Jimmy Weaver and Shad Eberhart pulled up on their bicycles and said, "Phil, Owen Hart died." It's like, what? Yeah, he died. And I didn't believe him at first. I thought it was bullshit. Like, I thought it was like, wow, Owen's really pushing this death angle. And yeah, like, because I had heard he was going to fake his own death. And I was like, wow, he got this over. Like, but no, turns out it was real. And so that was, so Dalton, yeah, that's a pain in all wrestling.
I actually work with somebody who was in attendance when that happened in Kansas City.
Oh, Jesus.
Yikes.
Yeah. Who actually got to see that happen live.
Yikes.
Did they think it was part of the show?
No.
Okay,
No.
so the audience all got the idea that
yeah, no, everybody fucking knew that didn't mean to happen. Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah, I imagine that was going to be pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
I always wondered. So yes, moving right along to happier subjects here.
Yeah, Sting
jumped through a fucking table. God damn it! Did you know this?
This whole thing was Sting doing 90s WCW. He had the trash can and beating the living shit out of everybody in front of him with the trash can, which I haven't seen trash cans in a long time. And at a certain point, I'm like, Sting, drop the trash can. It's got a lot of sharp edges on it right now. And it's probably not going to be very useful anymore. And then he went to the chair shots, the old 1990s chair shots. It was Sting smacking people with chairs over and over. And then Sting hit another person with a chair. Then there was some like scuffle off to the side. Then they pan back over and Sting's hitting somebody else with a chair and chasing him into the crowd. None of this is happening in the ring, mind you.
No, none of it.
And then all of a sudden, Matt Hardy has Sting by the hair and he's walking him up a ramp after just, for no reason at all.
Nothing.
People just start stacking tables, 4 high.
4 of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it was 2 wide, 4 high. So there's like 8 tables and they just like stacked them up all nice and neat for no reason at all. No reason.
No, there was a reason, chicken.
Nobody would like. They obviously were gonna have like this like multi-layered dinner. Like it was gonna be the last supper of 4 dimensions of chess or some shit. Like Trump was gonna be there and everything. It was gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be the best.
But then Matt Hardy starts dragging Sting up there, and I remember telling Tony, I go, "Oh, it's time for Matt Hardy to go through 4 tables." And then Sting
and chicken. No. Sting jumped off the rafters through the fucking tables. Okay, it was fucking awesome. I'm sorry, WCW Mark. Like I fucking was yes when I saw that live. I was like, oh, I couldn't fucking resist. It was beautiful. It was marvelous. It was tremendous. You guys didn't know I was in the room with you at the time, but I was just watching on my phone, and I was like, oh, is he gonna get? Yes, it was fucking yes. So
anytime match a match can do that to you, 2.25.
Tony, how about who were the ones that did the weird flip thing and the table didn't break and it folded?
Yeah. Sammy Guevara and one of the private party guys. Yeah, no.
Oh, so
This
two more
sucked.
instances of dear God,
2.25.
can wrestlers get any fucking smaller? Like I like it's.
They were like, this is going to be a really cool move. And
Actually,
then
we'll get to that in the main event.
Oh,
yes, they can.
yeah.
Yep. Sammy's at least in good shape.
Oh, but no, the way they landed was awkward. The table didn't actually break. The legs folded from underneath of it, so like it gave them no like cushion. And they like literally just landed on the floor. It was not good. That was bad. That was super bad.
No, everything about this match sucked. I hated it. 2.25.
Yeah, 2 stars.
There you go.
Main
event.
3 stars.
Fuck you, Phil. Main event.
Well, Jesus I'm the champion, so fuck you.
Oh, the main event. Main event. Here we go.
Go ahead.
Speaking of wrestlers getting smaller.
Adam Cole challenging Hangman Adam Page for the AEW World fucking Championship. The main event. This was
actually had a lot more good spots than I thought it was going to.
Do tell.
In comparison to the rest of the night,
all right,
I did not worry about either gentleman's life.
No, that's fair.
It is fair.
Yeah, there is that.
I watched this thing and
I thought they took care of each other. It wasn't super entertaining. And after we just seen fucking big, huge 300-pound men go crazy on ladders. And then we saw Sting fly through 4 fucking tables. We saw some like little guys about kill themselves and the table wasn't there. And then we saw a fucking dog collar match and fucking the blood all over the goddamn ring. Like at a certain point, and then you get to the main event and you're like, why aren't they bleeding?
It's weird how you watch 4 hours of wrestling and go, God, maybe they've done too much. Huh.
Well, no, I remember even when Hangman hit a tombstone pile driver, and you're like, we've seen this like 3 times tonight.
It was a perfect pile driver.
Oh, it was great. But it was another reason why I totally get now, like it makes way more sense why WWE really curates who gets to do what moves, when, and how. Because if you see like 3 tombstones in a night, like you said, in the main event, it was perfect. It was a great tombstone. But we'd seen CM Punk and MJF do one on the ring apron with dog collars on, and we
saw Jade let go of one and about fucking break her neck.
True.
Oh, good Lord Almighty!
Yeah.
God. So that is the unfortunate reality of the main event. Now, it was a good match if you were to just watch it in and of itself, but these longer events are exhausting people. And unfortunately, Tony, I think we've come to the realization that wrestling is a 2 or 3 at the most hour entertainment venture. There was some
Sunday is good.
Well, it turns out, like, go back to some of the best WrestleManias, like 16, 17, 8, like some of these WrestleManias, like before that, were only 2 hours long. They were a 2-hour long show because it does exhaust the audience.
Here's what I don't get with it. UFC does a really good job with this, to where they do these 4 or 5 hour pay-per-views with only 5 matches. And you don't know all 5 matches could last 10 seconds. But they have camera roll footage of so much shit that they can fill the blank and just fill the time. And WWE, like, I know they have the production quality for it. I know they have old matches that they like could actually spend some time like pulling up and actually like going, here's this guy's prior matches. Here's this guy's prior matches. Here's some highlight reels. and like get some commentators that are not the dude that still wears a fucking mask. God could
The guy
like
that wears a mask, Excalibur.
how
Because
much
literally dozens of people knew who that was.
how much yeah, I know, right? How much would it cost to get Jim Cornette to give you a 5-minute audio segment promoting any fighter for each pay-per-view? Like it would, like, honestly, to whether it's the WWE, AEW, like how much would that actually cost?
Well, I mean, he does cameos, so it probably wouldn't be
Exactly.
that much, and he would do it better than most. Like, hello, everybody, I'm Jim Cornette, and let me tell you
Exactly.
about this new amazing mixed martial arts fight that you need to see. And they're paying me a shitload of money to fucking talk smack on this, so I'm going to convince you that you need to see this match more than you need to go see your dear, close personal relatives hooked up to machinery in a hospital ward. I'm going to fucking talk you into thinking that the answer is going to be at the end of this match. And so, yeah, that's like, you're absolutely correct. That would be a guy that'd be perfect for that.
Because the people that still watch it don't care about the kayfabe. Like they don't. Like we all know it. We know what we're dealing with and what we're watching. But it's a movie. It's an ongoing movie that never ends, and we want it to be a better movie.
It's
Can
the
you just
never-ending story.
Can you just make it a better story? Like that's all your fans ever ask for. And they'll spend more money if it's a good story.
Well, now that's the thing. Like, it was a good pay-per-view. The matches were great, but there is an instance where at one point less is more, and not
Mhm.
everybody gets to make Broadway. Okay, not everybody gets to be on
Yeah.
Broadway. There is a
Yeah.
point where you got to say, sorry, kid, you're not going to be on Broadway tonight. And so it's unfortunate. Like WrestleMania now, they're trying to get everybody on the fucking show, and now it's 2 nights with a battle royal. And yeah, like this one, they had like some pretty busy matches with a lot of people, and sounds like at least 2 or 3 of the matches probably could have been cut from the show, and it would have probably made the show more enjoyable for everybody.
Yeah.
Like
Probably.
I don't think I'm wrong on that analysis at all. So let me ask you, on a star scale, what do you give the main event, Chicken?
Main event. 2.5. 2.75 on the main event.
God, I'm going to disagree. I'm going to give it 3 stars. I liked it. Now, granted, I didn't have to go through a grueling 5-hour show like you guys did. Like, I had a pretty delightful evening. I checked in on the show, watched the big matches, and I popped in and out, and I got here for the main event. Now, Chicken, Tony's not here.
Tony just texted me and said 3.25 is what he gave the main event.
Okay, he gave you 3.25. Now, Tony's not here, but Tony has given me the okay on this, Chicken, and I'm going to tell you right now, because I figure there's no time like the present. I'm raising the stakes at WrestleMania, raising them like they've never been, because you question my title reign, Chicken. Yes, you do. And you know what? You have every right, sir. You do. You do. You have every right. And I'm going to clear that all up at WrestleMania, because I'm going to make an offer, Chicken, that you, sir, cannot refuse. Because at WrestleMania, I'm going to put it all on the line. And you know what? You and Tony, you can have every qualifier, every tiebreaker, every extra point. The audience, if the audience members can think up of a great extra point, like who's going to have come out with an anime or Marvel DC based costume, whatever kind of extra point you can think of across WrestleMania, it's in. So long as you and Tony agree on it, it's in. Doesn't matter, Chicken. Any tiebreaker, any extra point. We can have dozens of them. I don't care. Bring them all, because I'm a fighting champion and I defend my championship, and I will do so at WrestleMania. And also, Chicken, but this is how I'm going to make you an offer you cannot refuse, sir. Because if I win at WrestleMania, you will have to acknowledge your tribal chief, because I'm putting something else on the line. If you can defeat me at WrestleMania, I am putting the emperorship of Big Buckin' Empire on the line. And if you win, you are now the emperor of Big Bucket Empire. But if you lose, chicken, you must acknowledge your tribal chief. So, do we have a deal?
I have problems with this. You were never the emperor of Big Bucket Empire.
There will be no dispute. There will be no denial after WrestleMania, chicken. And I'm giving everybody every caveat.
It's not yours to take or give or put up on the plate.
Disputed. And you even showed it the other night how I acquired the emperorship, where I put my hand on the table, called it, and ran away no givesies backsies under the great no givesies backsies treaty of 1156. So,
all right.
chicken. All right. Yes, it is on, folks. The emperorship of Big Bucket Empire, the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast Championship, everything. The stakes have never been higher, and the road to WrestleMania. So, folks, you'd better be liked, share, subscribe right here to Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast and to Big Bucket Empire to find out how this saga will end, and it will come to the climax at WrestleMania, folks. Chicken, you got something you want to add, sir?
No. I'm going to keep that one to myself because it might come down later on down the road. It might be a fun one that I bring up later. I'm not going to spoil it now because yeah, I could have some fun with this, actually. Yeah.
A video or what are you thinking?
Oh no. Much better than a video.
You've got some ideas for some
I
extra points and some tiebreakers.
Fantastic ideas for when.
Oh man.
For when I win, I have so many fantastic ideas.
So it's all on the line, folks, because Chicken said I tried to finagle my way to a win here, which is not true, folks. But
he kind of rigged the system today.
No,
you could say he might have. You say he might have rigged the election. He might have, stolen the belt. He may have,
chicken, and that's why I'm putting it all on the line.
He may have colluded.
There was no collusion, but folks, I am putting it all on the line. And if you in the audience have a good idea for an extra point for WrestleMania, because we have the matches that are worth a point, and then we have all these different types of things.
Audience, I don't care about your points. I'm gonna pick the points to beat Phil.
Well, yeah. Oh, come on, bring them all. I'm a fighting champion, and I am your champion going into WrestleMania. Now, folks, gonna be honest.
I won the last two WrestleManias.
I do not have a good record going into WrestleManias, okay? It's not the best record, but that's why I'm putting it all on the line, because if I win this one, then I get WrestleMania fucking bragging rights for a good fucking while on this one. So that's why I'm putting it all on the line, and that's why I'm putting myself up to any stipulation. So, Chicken, the only caveat is that now, folks, anybody in the audience, if you've got a good idea for an extra point idea, drop it in the comments of any Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast or Big Bucket Empire YouTube video. Any one of them, just say WrestleMania stipulation, and we, Tony and Chicken, will consider it, and it'll probably make it. If it's a good one, it's making it. But folks, yes, we're putting it all on the line. So if I win, you will have to acknowledge your tribal chief. But this is going to be quite the climax, folks. WrestleMania, it all comes to a head. Big Bucket Empire, WrestleMania, KOE Nation, Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast. It all comes together, folks, and you need to be there for it. So, Chicken, any final thoughts on AEW as we head into the road to WrestleMania?
No, look forward to getting my title back. Tonight was close. Tied for it. You are disputed, but I like what you got planned. I look forward to WrestleMania and all the weeks coming ahead, folks. Make sure you check out link down below, Linktree /Big Buckin. You see it scrolling on your screen at the very bottom. Make sure you click join everything, subscribe to everything, all that good shit. It was a really fun night though. It was a long pay-per-view. It was kind of exhausting. It's almost 1 a.m. I need to get up at 5. So
Yes. So
yeah,
well,
I'm ready to clap out
with
of this
that,
damn thing.
all that
Cheers.
being said, thank you for joining us here at the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast for our review of AEW Revolution, folks. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. Every last one of you, raise a glass to yourselves, and I hope to find you back here happy, healthy, much the wiser. I am the devilishly handsome outlaw himself, your King of Extreme, Phil KOE. You can find me at KOE Nation on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch. You can find Tony at Tony the Rod 2.0 on TikTok. You can find Chicken not only at Big Bucket Empire on YouTube, not only Big Bucket Empire on Facebook, not only Big Bucket Entertainment on Twitch. You can also find him Norwalk IRL on YouTube, and you can find all those amazing links right there at Linktree/Big Bucket. So it's the place to be. But folks, I can't wait to find you back here for the road to WrestleMania. It's all on the line. The belt's on the line. The emperorship of Big Bucket Empire's on the line. And bragging rights is on the line. This WrestleMania. Be there, folks. Don't miss it. Chicken, take it away.
As always, folks, I appreciate y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Look forward. Don't forget a live show on Big Buckin' at the end of the week here. Until then, and until the next pay-per-view, as always, we appreciate you. We love you. Good night. Bye.